I understand that you have a couple of concerns related to building relationships with your students. Building relationships is very important before learning can happen. Through rapport or what is called sympathetic connections and through affirmation or showing honest care for them, you can build trust. Trust between teacher and students is significant because this supports the learning process. Okay? You see, if the brain of a student feels vulnerable, the amygdala takes over the functions and turns the brain into a defensive or survival mode. When the brain is in this mode, learning can't happen. On the other hand, when trust is built, the easiness that the student feels with an approachable and caring teacher helps to deactivate the amygdala, so meaningful learning and higher thinking process can develop.
Thank you. I did not know about the close relation between feelings and learning. So, my concerns are even more important to address now. The first is about how to build a deeper connection with my students. The second problem I would like to address is how to provide more descriptive feedback for my senior students.
Well, we will begin with a couple of strategies for you to improve the relationship with your students, okay? The first strategy might seem very simple, but I cannot overstate its effectiveness. The trust you build with these simple actions will also get you leverage that you can later use, like when issues of management arise. This is a simple strategy that you can do even before the students come to the classroom. You simply step outside of the room and during the passing period time, and you greet each one of your students with a special handshake. Okay, during this time you also talk very briefly with at least a few students per day, either to praise them on the work that they did before the day before, or even on the way or comment positively on the way they're looking, like on their looks. With these simple steps, you are both recognizing the student and also providing support by praising their work. Remember to always be genuine so the students know that you really care, that you are honest with them.
Yes, but I don't think I will have too much time to talk to them. Besides, I also must prepare for my next class.
Oh, I understand, but if you create and stick to a simple and methodical way to be prepared for the next class, you will have time to talk to at least 3 to 4 students per day and to shake the hands and smile to most of them. And believe me, the rewards are worth trying. Another simple but equally effective way to build meaningful relationships with your students is by using humor. However, you have to be careful about maintaining a balance between classroom management and using humor for this to work. For example, you can sprinkle your lessons with funny anecdotes with your students. One of my favorite examples was when I was teaching foreign language and I kind of noticed that my students felt reluctant to speak, to use their second language. The laughter that I got back when I told them about the time when I was working in an office, and my English was not good, and I said, shut up the computer instead of shut down the computer, was priceless. At the end of the humorous exchange, I always brought back the attention to them by emphasizing how making mistakes is part of the learning as long as we keep trying.
Thank you. These strategies do not seem to take too much of my time.
Indeed. Now let's talk about a couple of strategies for communicating effective and descriptive feedback for your high school senior students.
Okay, let's do it.
The first strategy is what some teachers call not teachers, but researchers call talking within practice, which simply means you focus on providing information that is essential to the development of ongoing activities, engagement, and bringing the attention to what needs to be addressed. An example would be like if a student does something really well, You can use this as a model for other students, so you can pinpoint specific details of the things that they need to improve upon.
Well, thank you very much.
The second strategy, also recommended by researchers, is, for example, when students turn an assignment that is way below expectations or below expectations, instead of writing all over, like comments, I want you to schedule a face-to-face conversation with the student. This way you can talk about specific ways to improve it and allow the student to resubmit the work later.
Thank you again. I will try those and report back to you next time we meet.
You're welcome. I cannot wait to meet again, and so you can let me know how did it go.
I will.